Uh, the funniest thing, I had this all recorded. I had the bit set up to where it looked like I was gonna come in after the little swoosh, and it's all gone. Just right now, this is the tournament bag. Terminator tournament. Good night. I am. Oh man, I'm a little exhausted. I'm not gonna lie. The phone stopped recording it. I don't know why. But I literally just spent a good amount of time talking about my putters. And it's just gone. So I guess we're running it back, y'all. So for my Berg slot of the bag, something that's just gonna fly and drop immediately, I'm actually using the Lone Star Armadillo. I like the weird thumb track it has. Just a good way to tell where my thumb is and how I need to be throwing it. It's very reliable. Just sits like a brick. Now for my understable option and super glidey, I have the Pitch from Axiom Disc. Very glidey, very understable. It's great for those gentle up shots if I'm running something uphill. Most people will probably use this for like warm-ups or catch. I use it in very unique and fun ways. So that's why it's in my bag, and I've had some insane throw-ins with it. For our straight to understable, the tone plastic, the tone technology of the Clash Popcorn. This is basically the idea of MVP's overmold, except incorporating it as an undermold. But this is my straight to understable putter. My overstable throwing putter, we have the Axiom Disc Envy. I could really put some torque on this one if I'm throwing it a decent amount, or if I just need something to fly straight and true. This has been very reliable in holding those lines and just being a very good throwing disc. And then for my putting putters, I'm using my go-to classic, the Viking Rune. These were the first ones I ever used. Well, not these, but technically the first putter I ever learned to putt with for disc golf. Haven't been able to move away from the runes. I just always circle back to it. My game feels most confident when I'm putting with them. So I have these two and then a stack of 7 up there. So we are getting some good practice with those right now. On to mid-ranges. So starting with some understable mid-ranges, we have the Viking Axe, another oldie but goldie. An old reliable one I can just throw and I just know it's gonna flip. You can see it is very warped. It's hit so many trees. So yeah, this is probably the most flippy mid-range in my bag. The Clash Peach in Sunny Plastic. What's fun about this one, this is actually a puddle top. So what that means is, I don't know why, but anytime I get a puddle top, it's super flippy. So this Peach is more understable than a normal stock run of a Sunny Plastic Peach. So not only does it feel great, but it's already super flippy without beating it in. And I've just had this for over a year or two now. Yeah, this thing is reliable. I want to get ace with this one. It's on my bucket list for ace. We have the Detour. I was a little afraid this was going to replace the Peach originally, but there's been so much use for the Detour I just haven't really thought of like controlled flip ups or uphill shots where certain understable discs are going to be too flippy. This has been very helpful in those up shots. Learning how to use a little bit more stable understable disc. That's a mouthful. It's been very fun. And also I'm running the Swanky Stamp, also another great channel y'all need to go watch. It's the Clash Berry. And just a heads up, I do love Clash. Most of my bag is Clash, but not all of it. So Berry has been the most comfortable feeling mid-range for me. out of the brand. Just fell in love with it ever since I got a hold of it, and this one has not left my bag ever since. This one I'm actually going to be making a video for. Yeah, the next one I can't believe I'm about to say I'm bagging, but you know what? I'm excited. I'm going to be bagging a Discraft Buzz. Context for when that video will come out. I don't like the Buzz, or at least I thought I didn't like the Buzz. I think it was the run of Buzz where it was really stiff and I couldn't get a grip on it. I think it had to do with plastic, but that's just me. So, as we all know, Ezra Robinson just joined Discraft and he got his first signature disc, which is the Buzz with a Peach Pirate stamp. You know I had to support the Georgia man. Come on. So, yeah, we're going to be bagging. Look at this beauty, by the way. The Discraft Buzz, the Ezra Robinson stamp. I've thrown it a few times already. And yes, I've thrown it. That's a philosophy I have. I throw everything I buy, except for 2 discs. That could be a story time later. But yeah, this one actually flips up a little bit. It pushes fairly straight. So I'm going to compare it with the Berry eventually. That's kind of the video idea. And see why I'm bagging it. Video down the road. And some overstable options. We're going to go through these pretty quickly. I got a Sunny Plastic Clash Mint. A little bit straighter disc. We have the Eternal Void. I'm still learning this one. I like how it feels. I'm just still trying to get a grip of it. And then the utility disc itself, the Low-Key by Viking disc. This is a very skippy, overstable mid-range. Like you throw it, it automatically dumps. And if you throw it low, it's got a very beaded rim to where it'll just flare. And it's very fun to try and do trick shots with it, but it can also be dangerous when you're trying to play serious. And this thing sits by the basket and then flares 30 feet off to the left or to the right. Yeah, so if you ever throw a Low-Key, just a heads up, they skip a lot. Too much sometimes. We're on the fairways now. Let me get them out for y'all. Very small selection, as you can see. So, yep, be prepared for not a whole lot of options in this category. So first up, we got the very understable Clash Disc Millet. This is a 7.6 -3.1, I believe. I'm still trying to figure this one out because, as you can see, it's very domey. We also got the Clash Soda, 7.5 -2.2. I love this disc so much, especially the blue one. As you can tell, I have used this one on pretty good bit, actually. And now the overstable 7-speed disc I have is the Clash Cookie. As a cookie died. This is actually the best thing I purchased on Facebook. Shout out to Pioneer Path Disc Dies. They were the ones that did this, and they even got it signed. Isn't that cool? I believe these are Clash players too. I don't know if they are for this year, but you know, dope. So we are going to 8 speeds now. I have only 2, and they're the same disc actually. It's the Discraft Passion. Now I have 2 different ones. So I have my more understable one in the Jawbreaker ESP plastic. And we also have the Jawbreaker Z Flex Glow Passion. So this is my more overstable one where I can crank it and it fights out of stuff. This one I can put on hyzer and it flips up to flat. So both have good utility for the bags for certain shots. And I just love the way they feel. So that's kind of why they're in my bag right now. I threw this one back in the bag just because with 9 speeds, I tend to enjoy a bit more overstability when it comes to forehands. And these have been proven quite useful so far. So a little bit more of the understable, straighter option. I have an older run of the Halo Savant. Now, this is kind of like the Undertaker to Discraft. It's very, very domey, but it can handle some insane amount of torque. Um, I get a little bit of flip out of it now because it's been used so much. I think I've had this for like 3 years now. It's been used quite a bit. So that's kind of like the more understable ish option for a forehand disc for me in the 9-speed category. But this has been absolutely money just using it on a forehand and some backhand hyzers. The Discmania Vanguard. It is a glow disc as well. It's the Color Glow C-Line Vanguard, which I'm still learning all of Discmania's plastics. This is my favorite one. I need more of the Color Glow C-Line, please. If anybody from Discmania hears this, make more of these for other discs so I can try them out. Distance drivers, 10 speeds and up. First up on the list, 10 speed overstable driver, Spice from Clash Disc, 10404. I would probably compare it to like a Discraft Raptor, where it kind of gives some glide, but then once it slows down, it actually dumps pretty hard. 11 speed. I have the Clash Vanilla, the understable distance driver, 11.6 -2.1. This one's kind of special to me because I got a signature on the back. This is actually from that one YouTuber I was saying you need to go watch, Robbie C Disc Golf. So I've just been bagging this and hoping someday I can get an ace with this one. So I have 2 Wild Honeys. I have the Steady Ring Wild Honey, this really nice red one. And then we also got the discontinued run of Core Plastic. This run came out super flippy. It's very durable, but for some reason it's super flippy. And I use this a lot for my tomahawks. I use it for very fun escape shots. It's just a very fun disc overall to throw. I also have 2 salts. I have the Prototype Salt. This is the more overstable run in my opinion. This can handle a lot of torque, but it has a very strong finish at the end. This one, I would say I can probably throw flat and it just pushes and dumps quickly. If I put a little ante on it, I can get a decent flex out of it. And then the Tone Plastic Salt. And kind of the same scenario with this one. It's got the undermold, but essentially, this is kind of the more beat-in one. So I can throw this on flat and it actually gets flip on it a little bit. And the last disc in my bag, this one was actually a gift from my buddy Will. So Will, shouting you out. I'm bringing you on the channel soon. Don't worry. But he gave me a Supreme Flight stamped. I believe this is ESP Swirl Zeus. And guys, I haven't thrown a Zeus in a long time, but this Zeus has been fun to throw. A little bit of a turn, good amount of fade. I've almost aced with this disc. I feel like it's coming, but you know, that's just me. My voice is starting to feel a little raspy from all this talking because... Oh wait, no, I have one more disc. I forgot that. I just looked down. It's in my bag right in front of me. Very overstable option, so great for headwind scenarios or very tight flex lines. The Jawbreaker Force. Now you can kind of tell I've already kind of scratched it up a bit, so it's probably not going to be as overstable, but it's been very beefy. That run especially just feels great. I love Jawbreaker, something where it's kind of got that gummy feel. So with that, that's everything. I don't know. I like the quality of overseas brands. So, that. What is this? Okay. Sorry. I got super excited. We need to go over this.